Oh, there you go.
Everybody's on. All right. So this is episode. Is the episode of the podcast called episodes? So anyway, this is gonna be episode 2. I'm gonna call it an episode podcast 2. I decided to bring on Brittany, who's somebody I've known for a long time. She's a bass player for a band called Badass, and I brought her on because Badass is badass. This is the Punkdemic podcast. Yeah, so we're just gonna hop in and start asking some random shit to Brittany. She knows I've known her for a long time, so I do know her as a person too, so it won't be that random. But Britt, I want to talk about when I met you, dude. Like, it's been over 10 years probably, right? And you played
Yeah.
an instrument. Tell me about that.
You cut out.
I said when I met you before, when I first met you, you were playing a different instrument. Tell me about
Yeah.
that.
Well, I started off playing drums. I think I was in the Rodents of Unusual Size back then, but I had we played a show with a band called California Taliban, and their drummer didn't show up, and they used to practice at my house all the time or whatever. So I kind of just knew all their shit, and they're like, "We need somebody to hop on the drums real quick," and I was like, "I'll do it," all drunk, like whatever, I'm here. So I just jumped on, and then they were like, "Hey, sounded good, like, or if you want to fill in," and then eventually I started playing with them more consistently, and then I unfortunately got kicked out of the Rodents, but yeah, I was playing drums for Taliban for a couple of years, and then I took a break from music for maybe like 10 years or something, almost 10 years, maybe less, but somewhere around there, and then had my kid and stuff, and just recently got back into it and picked up the bass because I can no longer play drums due to an arm injury. But yeah, so now I'm playing bass, and Badass hit me up. They wanted a bass player, and I was like, well, I'll fucking pick up the songs, dude. I just learned them, and here I am now.
No, because I remember, like, the funny thing is, I also played at the Olive Pit too,
Yeah.
years ago. So you're actually we're in 2 different bands, or maybe 3, that played at my fucking house at one point. And I'm
Yeah,
like, there
they
goes
well,
again. Like, she's in another band, and she's in another band, and now she's in Badass. And I was like, oh shit. You just can't get away from the music. I found that, like, even me, I took a break to like raise my kids, and well, you met my kids when they were small.
yeah.
And I had no plans of doing music anymore or dealing with any of that shit. And bam, here it comes again. Years later, it falls back in your lap. So do you feel like it's something like you just can't get away from? Because that's how I feel. Like, it's a
Uh,
part of you. You just can't get away from it, you know?
yeah, definitely. It's like I've always tried to be playing music. Like it's me, like I punk and like going to shows, like that's my fucking lifeline right there. You know what I mean? Like that's all I like. That's what makes me happy. That's what brings me joy. That's what I get to support my homies. I get to, be out here having a good time playing music. And like, even when I was a little kid, I've always been a musical person or whatever. You know what I mean? My dad was, he was a jazz musician. He had like flutes and fucking bongos and a record collection that was like our whole living room. So like, it's just something I grew up with. And I've never been like trained or like, but it's just something that comes naturally to me, dude. It's something that brings me joy. And like, that's always been my goal in life. Just do what makes you happy. Like, you know what I mean?
I do.
So, so you were
But yeah,
saying
no, I
that.
was super stoked. Go ahead, Johnny.
Oh, you were saying that you were playing the drums at first, and then
Yeah.
you had an arm injury, and you came back, and you picked up the bass. Like,
Yeah.
what was that like? Because those are 2 very different instruments and require 2 separate skill sets. How long did it take for you to pick up the bass well enough to learn other people's songs that may not have necessarily been the most familiar, and then to
Yeah.
be able to
Well,
perform it live?
yeah. Well, I used to like mess around with the guitar like a long time ago. Nothing too serious. But the bass was always harder for me, like, cause it's the strings were heavy, like bigger. I'm a tiny person, dude. Like, so like it was hard for me to like nail down the frets and stuff like that. And then but I just picked it up, dude. Like I'll just like mess around, me and my friends, just jam, like kind of just fucking around or whatever. And then when Badass told me like we want a bass player, but we're looking for a chick, like, and I was like, dude, you know what? I was like, I think I could do it, man. Like I've known their songs because I've been friends with those guys for fucking as long as I've known, Shalana. So I used to go to all their shows. I was like pretty much like a mascot for them, you know what I mean? And I was like, dude, one day I want to play with these guys. Like they're so fucking cool. They're so like just chill people. They have fun on stage. Like that's a big thing for me. So I was like, dude, I could learn them. So I hit up their old bass player and I was like, hey, can you like send me a video of you playing the songs and I'll just like fucking practice them and pick them up, you know what I mean? And then I just fucking learned a couple songs and I went to practice and I was like, I just shot my shot, like I didn't think they were gonna want me, dude. But they're like, you know what? You got like 4 songs down, and I was like, I'll learn the rest, dude. And I still fuck up here and there. Don't tell them that, but but like it's all about we're all on stage having a good time, jumping around. Like people don't really notice the mistakes, and I'm getting better and better. It's been about a year since I've been playing solid with those guys, so I can only go up from here. You know what I mean?
And then
The bass is way different though.
You guys have been playing. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Johnny.
No, it was Britt. She was speaking.
Oh no, no worries.
Ahead,
It's not important.
no, yes, it is. What were you gonna say?
I was just saying, yeah, it's totally different instrument though. Like I miss playing the drums, but I really dig playing the bass right now. It works. Like it's fun.
You see yourself hopping back on the drums too?
No. I'm over it, dude.
Oh man. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna ask you. I know you guys have been doing a lot of touring. Like you guys have been everywhere. And I know before that you guys didn't really tour, right? With Taliban and whatever. Like you guys didn't tour out of the country. You guys went out of the country, right?
Yeah, we went up to Quebec. In Canada and stuff. We had a couple of places out there, and then actually this year we're gonna be doing Australia and Indonesia. So that should be really cool.
Really? When are you gonna do that?
Yeah, I know, dude.
When is that gonna happen?
I believe in November. That's what we're shooting for. Right now we're doing a bunch of shows. We're doing a lot of like fundraiser shows. We got the sweaters out, so we're trying to sell sweaters to get some funds for it too. So hopefully by November we'll be able to get out there. Like there's Mikey and Helen already have some people working on dates and venues and stuff. So I'm stoked for it. Yeah, that's gonna be so fucking dope, dude.
Indonesia.
Right? What the fuck?
Well, there was a chapter in Indonesia back in the day.
Yeah,
I don't know if we still have it, but there was an Indonesia chapter out there.
Yeah, the pirates are everywhere, bro. Like it's crazy.
But there was a chapter there, and there was some craziness going on where like the people in Indonesia were, they weren't like arresting them, but they were like harassing the punks in Indonesia because of their the free speech and all that stuff out there. Like it was like a whole thing a few years ago. So I'm really curious to see like where you're gonna play, like what kind of venues. Are they gonna be all like low key in the back somewhere, or like how's that gonna work with the government over there? Like what
Well, they have a pretty heavy punk scene out there, dude. Like those are like fucking down ass punks, dude. Like they're with the shit, But I guess Mikey and Helen know there's like a couple of big bands out there. There's like a Sabotage, there's a Turtles Jr. There's a really good scene out there. So our buddies in Australia, I guess they know people up there too. So they're working together. So we're gonna be like probably a couple like venue shows, but I'm hoping they're like DIY spots. You know what I mean? I'm like kind of in the dark about everything too. Like Mikey and Helen are having their people set it all up. I'm just here to play bass and drink the beers, man.
That's neat. I'm happy to see you playing again.
Yeah, man, it's awesome.
Over years of being
go ahead.
over your years of being a musician, I mean, you sound like you have some cool places that you're getting ready to go, looking down the road. But where are some of the cooler places that you've had a chance to travel to during the course of your career?
Oh man. Well, we used to play a lot of we were just like an LA based band, like most of my bands, so we were always doing like backyards and venues and stuff like that, which are personally my favorite places to play. Like bar scenes are cool, but I like backyards. I like DIY spots. Like I like warehouses. Fucking, I went to a show recently. It was at a fucking laundromat, dude. That was wild. But so far, since out of my whole musical career, touring this last year with Badass up to Canada and the East Coast was awesome, dude. It's just beautiful over there. Like it's a different vibe from LA, dude. Everyone's just like it's really different. People were like super welcoming. They treated all the touring bands amazing. Like Canada, Quebec, and fucking Montreal were, oh my god, beautiful. The food was bomb. Uh, it was just Canada was my favorite place so far. And then I would say number two would be I want to go with Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania was pretty nice too. The punks out there are really fucking cool, man.
While you were in Quebec or Montreal, did you pick up any French?
So I was doing Duolingo. I was doing the Duolingo before I left, and it's hard. It is not an easy language for me, so I didn't get to use any up there. And it's actually like their French is a lot different than like France French. You know what I mean? So like we had a band coming on tour with us. They're called Bad Nasty. They're from France, and they were there like we can't understand what these guys are fucking saying. You know, like, totally different dialect. But the food was good. The poutine was bomb. You know, fucking yeah, it was good, man. Like, and they were like, this is like the real shit. You know, they're like, because I've been to the other side of Canada, you know, Vancouver and stuff, and like I had their poutine, and they're like, all the people in Montreal like, oh no, that's bullshit. Like, you know, like this is the real deal. I was like, I don't know, man. Cheese curds on fries, I'm down. You know, shit.
That's neat.
Yeah, it was cool, man. Like Canada is it's somewhere I want to go back for sure.
So I've been, but I haven't been to Vancouver. I went to Toronto. I went to the other side. And hung out over there.
Was it nice?
I loved it over there. Dude, it's so much fun. Well, everything stays open really late, kind of like in New York.
Oh,
so you can go grab pizza like 2:00 in the morning, and roll in and go get some food or whatever.
Hell yeah!
But it was cold. Brittany, did you get caught up in the snow? Because I'm from, and I went over there to kick it with some friends. I was like a month, and they go, "Man, winter clothes," and I'm like, "All right, cool." So I get over there. He goes in Buffalo, New York. It's like fucking below. And I was like, I hate my life. Why did you do this to me? They're like, we told you to bring your clothes. I was like, dude, these aren't fucking winter clothes. I'm from LA. Like, what? I was not digging the cold. Did you get caught up in the cold weather over there when you traveled?
It was cold, but it wasn't that bad. Like, it was actually colder in New York, I think. Like, we were up there in, what was it? September. Yeah. So it was like before like the winter, like, you know. So it was all right. I was hoping it was snow. That'd be fucking dope, dude. Like it's probably so beautiful too. Like, but
it's very beautiful. It's pretty, but fucking, I was like below. I was like below what?
It's already fucking cold. 40 degrees is fucking cold here, bro. Like.
Right. You hit 30, you're like, oh, I'm gonna die or whatever. So, but again, I just hadn't seen. Kind of thought for a while, and I was doing stuff with the kids and raising my family and all that, and like, so I kind of fell off a little bit, you know. And I was higher punking, and then I was not, and then I was, you know, and I came back, I'm like, what the fuck? When did Britt start paying for Badass? Like, what did I miss? I was like, wait a minute. I saw like a flyer, and I see your fucking face. Imagine, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's been a minute, dude. Like because Reagan, man, like she's old enough now. She's old enough where she can, like, you know, I can leave her with the sitter, and like, you know, so I get to go out a little bit more and party and stuff like that. She comes to shows too, like when we do like the Doctor Strange shows, like the free all ages. You know, everybody brings their fucking kids and they can run around and we can play. It works out.
I went to one in was I like there? Was it last month? December? When did I go over there? I think it was December. I went over there for the Toy Drive show.
Oh yeah,
it's such a cool place. The only thing is, there's no space for nobody to move around in there. I remember going, oh my gosh, I would be afraid somebody was gonna break all my shit. You know, if that was my store, I'd be like, oh my God.
Well, I mean, everybody like everybody knows Bill, dude. Like I don't think anybody would like disrespect his spot like that. You know what I mean? And if they did, he'd probably toss him out pretty fucking quick. You know what I mean?
You're right. But I
Yeah.
remember
But
thinking
last
like, oh
time,
my gosh.
yeah, last time he like moved like the clothing racks and shit, so that we had like actually like a pretty good sized pit in there. That was cool. But the
No way.
yeah, but the last show that we just did like last weekend or whatever, he had all the clothes and shit there. So we're like, it was kind of tight.
Well, I hit him up. I talked to him about putting some Punkdemic in there. But the
Yeah,
thing is,
do
like,
it.
there's so much stuff in there. You probably won't even be able to find my shit in there. There's so much cool stuff in there. You know what I mean? So I'll probably get
Yeah,
like a little, thing like this big, like squeeze my stuff in like right here. You know what I mean? But I
yeah,
told
dude. Just like
about doing that.
just talk to him and like get like like see if he could do like a little promotion thing for you. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, that's the plan. I it's a video that he and Bill end up sharing the little videos, like just of all the crazy shit that's in that bathroom, all the little flyers over there with
yeah.
all the different bands. Just did like a reel and threw it to some Bad Brains or whatever, and he ended up sharing it. But
Oh,
no, I'm stoked that you're playing. How's it to play with Ray? Because Ray's
oh
another one
man.
that played in a couple of bands. Like, how's that?
Yeah. So me and Ray were. I met Ray when I was still on the streets and shit. Me and my boyfriend were panhandling, and we saw him get out of the car, and he had like a Misfits fucking air freshener in his car. We're like, oh, dude, let's hit this guy up, right? So we fucking hit him up, and he wouldn't buy us any beer. We're like, oh, what a dick, you know. But fucking, he's like, hey, but I'm looking for my band's looking for a drummer, and I was like, dude, I play drums, like small world. And he's like, here, take my CD and my number, and next weekend, if you want to learn the songs or whatever, we'll come jam. So I went, learned the CD, and then like that week, I joined the Rodents of Unusual Size, and then yeah, I was in that band with those guys for a couple years, and then that fell through, and then I ended up in the Outskirts with
I didn't
him.
know that.
Yeah, me and Ray were also in the Outskirts together. So I was in that band for maybe like a year or two, and then that fell through, and then I just stopped. I haven't seen him in a long time, dude. Like I was on the streets and I was doing all my stupid shit, and then I found out he was in Badass. And I was like, oh, dude, that's fucking awesome. Like I love those guys, man. Good for you. Congratulations. And then all of a sudden they needed a bass player, and he's like, dude, let's like hit a Brit, like he's like, she used to play guitar or whatever, and I was like, I wasn't that good, dude. Like I would just like fuck around, on the streets, and he's like, dude, just try out, and I was like, all right. So I went and learned all the songs or whatever, and then fucking me and Ray are back in a band together, dude. Tony too. Me and Tony
That's
were in California Tall Band together. Yeah. So like those are like my band brothers, man.
I like him. I went to see, I think, Rodents, and then he played with Rodents, and then he hopped on and played with somebody else. I don't know if it was Badass. He was playing in two
Oh,
bands.
yeah, he's in a couple bands. He's like in the Twitching Fingers, and he's in fucking the skirts,
Yeah,
and
it was another
yeah,
band. Yeah, and I was like, dude, you play with everybody? He just started laughing. He was like, kind of. I was like, right
yeah, he
on.
gets Ray gets around.
But I feel old as shit. Like I still tell everybody, I'm only 29. I'm gonna fucking say 29 forever. But to see like people that played at my house that are
Yeah,
still fucking playing is so
dude,
cool.
that place
It's
was
so
awesome, man.
cool.
I miss that place. The Olive Pit was fucking
I do
rad.
too. Well, you know what? Low key, I'm gonna probably start getting in, throwing my hat in the ring, Britt, and my plan is to bring some of the East Coast, the scene on the East with fucking black and brown people, man, is off the hook.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
uh, there's something they're doing right now called Punk Island. I might be out there for Punk Island, bringing Punkdemic out to Punk Island, and there's a whole
Oh,
stage
shit.
with only people of color on the stage. Period. That's it.
Hell yeah.
I think it's like 13 bands,
Where's
and they're
that?
all black and brown bands, huh?
Where's that one at?
In New York.
Oh,
It's in
I
New
go
York.
out
I'll
there a
show you the
lot.
flyer. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start interviewing some of the bands from the East, and I want to bring them out to the West and do a show you know, they say not to do that, but I'm gonna do a show with mostly black and brown people rocking the fuck out, like all punk or metal or whatever, and just do that. And I can do that because I'm gonna do it. And
Yeah.
so I'm
Yeah.
stoked.
Right. Fucking.
They have
Yeah.
a whole
Who's gonna tell you
scene.
no?
You know I'm going to. But they
Yeah.
actually
No one's
have a
gonna
whole
say fucking
scene.
no.
There's a whole scene for it there. Like you can actually, like right now in Cali, if I said I wanted to book a show, only black bands, right? I'm gonna have to really look to find.
Yeah.
As far as I know, I only know of a few. I don't know if you know any, but
Yeah. I was
I'm
just
gonna
gonna say
have
I
to
can't
look.
think of one.
Dude, well, now since I've linked up with the guys on the East, I've met like 4 bands here I didn't even know existed because they're so tight. They support each other's bands, they promote each other's bands, they go to each other's shows, and I love to see that. It, you know, and I know it's different to go to a show and you're like the only black girl there.
Yeah.
I've been that girl, and I know you've been that girl before.
Yeah.
And
Dude, you know what? Honestly, it's like I've been going to a lot like the all age shows, dude. They're showing up, dude. Like, it's crazy. Like it's mostly females too that I've noticed too. Like I see a couple skinheads here and there, and I'm like, fuck yeah, like OG skinheads, you know, like Spirited 69 skins, black boys, you know,
right.
and fucking I see like a lot of like these gothy punk chicks coming out now, and like I'll see them and I'll give them like the look, you know, the look, like the nod, like
You gotta do the nod.
like we still
The
here,
nod,
bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
and
cool.
it's true. There is more of like the goth industrial. There's a bunch of those running
Yeah.
around now. But when I was coming up, I used to be the only one. I was the only one at so many shows when I was coming up. Seeing bands like Naked Aggression and Litmus Green and all that shit like 30 years ago, a lot of times I was the only one. You know what I mean? So
Oh yeah.
to see these kids doing, and I say kids because they're younger than me. No, we're the same age. I'm 29. To see them doing that, dude, it makes me so happy. And then when I saw
Yeah.
you, it made me so happy. I was like, look at her kicking ass, playing bass and drums and whatever the hell else she wants to do. Like, so I think it's good, you know?
Yeah. I went through a lot of shit back in the day for it, but I don't care. I was like the only one, like I was all charged up, dude. I had my fucking mohawks and shit, and like everyone was like,
I
oh, fucking
remember.
poser. Yeah, calling you posers and all that shit, and I'm like, whatever, dude. Like that's fucking fine. I'm like, you're calling me a poser when I'm here at the show with you, bro. Like for real. Like
No,
I don't know. It's silly, dude.
nah, it makes me proud. I'm proud of you. Like, you've come a long way from the girl I met who was damn near falling off the drums because she was so shit faced. You know?
Yeah. Now I fall. Now I fall off the stage with my bass. Now just playing.
No, you're not. You probably are. But
Nah,
you know,
nah.
like,
I don't know.
you're better now. A little better.
Yeah, I'm drinking fucking Michelob Ultra, bro. Like I was drinking fucking 40s of Cobra and still reserving shit. Like
Oh God. Not
I've settled
Michelob
down.
Ultra.
But that ultra, you
How
gotta
do you
watch those
settle it down?
carbs. You know. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. What's that?
Pay attention to those carbs now. That ultra.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, dude. After having Reagan, I'm all counting my. I'm like, this is 95 calories. Look at that. Ain't shit, bro.
mhm. You know that
It took her
metabolism
beautiful,
changes with time.
No, I was gonna say it took her beautiful, beautiful little baby girl to slow her roll down, you know?
Yeah,
And
for sure.
she did. She's so pretty and wonderful, and like,
Oh,
I think you're just doing a great job, man. Just great
oh,
job.
thank you. I appreciate that, man.
If she comes home and has her head shaved and her fucking hair charged and pierces it up one day, like, are you gonna be like the cool mom, like, oh, that's cool, or
I
what
don't.
do you think?
She can do whatever she wants, man. As long as they're great. She's been on honor roll, like since fucking since first grade or whatever, dude. Like as long as she just keeps her shit together. You know what I mean? Like she's a great kid. She's smart. She's not like a bad kid. Like I don't think I have to worry about her. But other kids are dumb sometimes, and like I know they could be impressionable. But as long as she keeps her grades up, she stays out of trouble. She's not messing around with any stupid boys or whatever she wants to do when she's older. You know what I mean? She can do whatever she wants, man. You know, as long as she's working. You know, it's like I don't want her shaving her head and piercing her shit up before she gets a job, obviously. But I feel like things will be a lot more liberal by then, because it's already pretty liberal now. You can I've worked with all my shit in my face, so.
True. Yeah, that's true. JT, you have
Yeah,
any
she'll be-
punk rock related questions that you just want to know about?
Oh, man, she did a really good job at elaborating. I was most thrilled about hearing about that Michelob Ultra. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just kind of got centered
Sponsor
on
me.
one. I know, right? This episode is unofficially sponsored by, but not really sponsored by Michelob.
Yeah. Brought to you by drunk punks across the world. It's like yeah.
It is
Drunkpunks.com.
not.
Yeah.
Okay. So Johnny, the thing with merchandise that's really popping at shows are beer koozies. Is that a koozie that you have there?
This is a rodents one, dude. Rodents of unusual size.
See?
Oh, I
we
gotta
need
find
to
them.
get koozies, JT.
We got
Those are the business. And
I have a badass one too. Hold on.
we need some
Let me get my
Punkdemic
badass
koozies,
one.
dude. We need some koozies. I feel left out that we don't have any.
Oh,
Right?
All right, here we go.
Because they'll carry them
This is the
everywhere.
one. Badass. Southern California punk rock.
Badass. That's
Ultra.
badass.
That's the coolest name ever, by the way.
There you go.
It's
But
not
no,
cool. It's badass.
It's badass. Oh man.
Drum roll.
Don't start. Don't get him started.
Right.
So the whole thing is, so JT's he's a hip hop artist. He also does like production. He has a label. He worked for Universal. Like he's the shit.
Oh wow.
And
Fuck yeah,
when
dude.
I first started, yeah, he's dope. I didn't have the plan, like I'm just gonna only have people of color that I'm gonna partner with or whatever. It's just worked that way so far. So like we ran into each other and hit it off, and I'm like, you know everything about everything. I need you. And so we ended up partnering up, but he's also a hip hop artist. So
That's what's up, man.
right. So I'm able to bring on like fucking hip hop artists. I'm gonna do punk. I'm gonna do ska. I'm gonna do all the shit that I like because it's my show.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna, you know what I mean? I'm gonna bring everybody on, that I'm into, that help make me, right? And
For sure, dude.
for that show, I want that show to happen. And when I put it together, I am gonna bother you. Like you're not the front person, but you're still a big part of it. Bass is important too. So we'll figure out how to. No, I'm gonna have to have you there, and like, people are gonna talk shit about, the idea of having mostly black and brown bands, but that's just what I'm gonna do. So
Yeah, let them talk shit. I hope it helps them sleep at night.
You said what?
I said let them talk shit. I hope it helps them sleep at night.
Correct. Yeah. I haven't seen anything like that on the West, like in LA. I've never, not that I can remember. I've seen stuff like that for like reggae and hip hop, the festivals and shit. But I've never seen like a punk metal show just featuring black artists or whatever like that. And I want to see it. I want to see it before I'm too old to do this. Yeah.
You're never gonna be too old. There's no such thing. Punks never die.
No, we do get old. We just don't die. We get old. We don't die. I'm not getting old. But they do get old.
Man.
They get kind of tore up. Some of them.
All right, you got me there. That's true. I know some haggard fools. No.
How long have you been growing your locks?
Fucking 2010 is when I started them, but they break a lot, so they've been the same length for like a long time. Yeah.
Mine are coming in, mine are coming in real nicely. You know what I'm saying? You just have to look real close to find them. That's all. Just real close.
Beautiful, long, luscious dread. And he's very jealous of anybody with a nice full head of hair like this right here. Because as you can see, his hair stopped growing up here and just gravitated towards his beard. And so he's a hater. He's a hair hater.
Hey, it's all good, man. Mm-hmm. You can always get like those like Rasta beanies with the fake fucking dreads on them and shit.
Instant dreads. I'm there.
You better not. Dude. Watch him. he's gonna hop on the show. Wearing both. I'm mad at you, Brittany. Like, thanks, Brittany. Thanks, Brittany.
Well, so basically, what you're saying, Amazon, is I don't need to go ahead and hurry up and order that hat with the locks already installed on it. Is what I'm hearing.
That's not what I just said. It's the opposite of what I just said. Oh my god.
You could be like, remember on Friday? Remember on the movie Friday when the chick, she takes off her fucking. I don't know why people be saying that.
Isn't that the one that was supposed to look like Janet Jackson?
Yeah, dude. That's just fucking funny, dude.
You said like Jackson. No, you don't.
Oh, you're cutting out on me.
No, I said she looked like Janet Jackson. She really didn't. Not at all. Hat up.
She's like Freddie Jackson.
Terrible, dude. But no, I'm looking forward to. I gotta catch one of your shows. I shout out to the wedding. You know, I was gonna go if you were going to the wedding. Some of my friends had a punk rock wedding. Was it yesterday?
Was the wedding? The wedding was like Thursday, I think, but the show was yesterday, like the reception party or whatever.
Yeah, they had a wedding show, and I ended up having to work or whatever. I had every plan to go to that, and I figured I would see you there, Britt. I figured I'd see you there, to be honest.
Are you still up? Are you still up this way? Because we're playing my Badass and Krang. We're both playing shows Saturday up here in Hesperia.
Hesperia. I'm over by Menifee, Temecula, Hemet. There's been some shows over here though. And every time there's something I want to go to, I have to freaking work. What's it called? This kid band. Faster Dan and Kids. They've been playing really close to me. A mile or two away from me. And there's another band right around the corner. I'll have to think of the name, but I actually got out of my car one day coming in from work and just heard these sick ass drums. Got out and walked around the block, and there's a band. I guess I have to tell you when we're up here. Nobody knows the practice is right around the corner from me. So I just walked over there like, hey, you know, I'm gonna listen to your practice. I can hear you in my fucking living room anyway. So I might as well hang right here. They're like, oh, cool, you know. So there's a little scene over here.
Dude, Hemet cracks.
Does it? See, let me know if you ever play here, and I'll pop in. You know, like I don't always know the bands, and I don't really go out. If I know you, you know what I'm saying, you tell me, hey, come through. I'll roll through. You know.
Yeah, last night Narcoleptic Youth played out there at Chappie's.
See, where the
I've never been there.
Where's Chappie's at?
It's in Hemet. It's in Hemet, but I've never been.
Me either. I didn't know that either.
But
Narcoleptic Youth, that's a big one.
Yeah, and then so I'll after this I'll fucking I'll shoot you some information for my buddy. He's in a band called VFMS, and they're from Hemet, and they fucking throw shows like all the time, and they go off, dude. Like,
what does that stand for?
Victor Fatal and Mikey Smokes. It's two dudes.
For sure.
Yeah.
Let me know, and I'll go check them out when I'm. You know what I mean? I'm usually burnt, so I travel 2-3 hours to the show. I don't usually do that much anymore, you know.
Yeah, for sure, dude.
By, I'll pop in. How far is Hesperia from here?
Last time I went to Hemet, it was like an hour 15 minutes, and that was like with pretty smooth traffic.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, and Hesperia is closer. I'm in Victorville. I'm a little bit farther, so.
Well, I think. Oh, so I remember I sent you the shirt, and you rocked the little shirt. I've done so much. Like, there's so many different designs and like different stuff that I've done with the company, and it's a legit company. It's not just, hey, I made some shirts.
Yeah.
I mentioned that because I have a bunch more that I'm doing that are going to come out that I think you'll like.
Yeah, dude.
I started out to make like a statement with my company, you know, initially, but it's kind of going that direction. So when I first came out with the fucking Black Punk Lives Matter thing, I got banned on Meta on Facebook.
Are you
They said I
serious?
couldn't do it. Uh-huh.
What?
They wouldn't let me do shit with it. I couldn't put it up. I couldn't advertise it. So I turned around and did the Brown Punk Lives Matter, which is pretty much almost saying the same damn thing.
And that was
What's
okay? And that
I
was
got through
okay?
with that one for a little while until they caught on. Yeah, they caught on like I think like 8 or 9 days or something. I was advertising it, and then I had another shirt with the swastika crossed out on it.
Yeah.
And I put it up, right? And then I played Nazi Punks Fuck Off in the background.
Yeah.
And that was flagged. But the funny thing is, you know how you can go on there and pick the songs that you want to put to your pictures or whatever?
Yeah.
That was on there. So it's like, why do you have that song? Right. Why do you have that on there if you can't play it? So,
like were they mad about the music or the image? They're like, you could play the song about it, but we don't want to see it.
Right. Well, no, they were mad about the song and the image. Like first it was the image, and then it was the song. And I'm like, it's your song. Like it's up there. If I type it in, it came up. I played it. So I got all these messages like, you can't do that on here. I'm like, well, it's an option. It's on there.
You're like that sounds like something a Nazi would say.
That part. I was like, you guys totally suck. But so since I have you here, anything interesting you're about to get into? Any shows you want to talk about? I should know about. It's coming up.
Oh shit! I gotta plug my shit. Nah.
Yeah, plug your shit.
Shameless plug coming in 5, 4, 3, 2.
All right. So this weekend in Hesperia, California, we got Badass, Mass Terror, Krang, Steel Toe Nation, and Enjoy Ska. We'll be playing up here at a place called the Grindhouse. Next March 10th, we play at the Sardine with Channel 3. March 17th, my other band Krang will be playing at Tromaville. It's a house show in LA. And then yeah, that's all I can think of right now. I'm not that good at remembering stuff, but we got a lot of shit going on. Follow Badass Punk Rock on Instagram. Krang is yet to made one, but I'll get to that sometime. And I'll send Shalana the info.
I'll try to totally keep up with you. And like, so my thing is, we're starting this thing. Johnny, I didn't tell you about it. Hi, beautiful princess.
My friend Shalana from a long time ago.
I think I remember.
I'm still talking to her like she's a baby because the last time I saw her, she was a baby. I'm all, hi. You're beautiful.
Say thank you.
Beautiful girl.
Get out of here, kid.
She
You
said,
bother
I
me.
know.
Sorry to cut you off.
But no, so Johnny's we're gonna wrap it up. We usually keep it around an hour. He's gonna do the harmless plugs for me because that's his thing. He also calls himself, okay, Johnny.
I don't know if that's the most appropriate thing to do in front of company. I don't feel like it's the time to get into all of the AKAs. You know?
Go right
But
ahead.
I do feel like it's a great time to get into a couple of calls to action. So if you or a loved one suffer from a lack of Punkdemic in your life, we got the solution for you over at punkdemic.net, where you can get your official Punkdemic hoodies and sweatshirts and t-shirts and G-strings that we're working on. And they are coming, whether Amazon wants them to come or not. We are
booty shorts.
You know, why not some Punkdemic booty shorts? Let's work on that, you know. But if we don't have that right now, we definitely got a Punkdemic coffee cup, you know, just to hold you while you have a cup of tea while we're working on these other products. So make sure you swing over to punkdemic.net, buy one for yourself, buy one for someone else, tell somebody else to buy one for themselves so they can tell somebody else to buy one for themselves as well too. That's gonna be punkdemic.net. That's punkdemic.net. That's punkdemic.net, not COM. Punkdemic.net. Punkdemic.net. Swing by and get some stuff.
Okay, you're done.
Nizzy, go get some stuff. Go get some stuff.
You're done.
Or
Thank
buy
you.
stuff.
Thank you, sir.
I would believe that the
Okay, they're all gonna
overarching
buy
messages,
stuff. Thank you.
the overarching message is to pick up a couple of items. And if you get some stuff, tag us in it, and we will definitely show the love and reciprocate, and we will shout you out through all of our channels.
So we're gonna do a thing, Johnny, where everybody who comes on is gonna get some kind of a something from us. What do you think?
Oh, this is an executive decision being made. This is an executive decision being made on the air.
Yes, I think.
Oh,
Brittany.
well then that would make me look like the bad guy to say absolutely not. but
No, I got you.
Say that anyway. I wouldn't say that anyway.
I'm gonna buy some stuff when you get the new stuff out. I might need a coffee mug though. I didn't know you guys had those.
Yeah, we can get you the coffee mug. That's available. We got you covered. We got you covered on that.
Want to get her a mug? We'll send you a mug. You'll get a mug for just making time for me. I know you're busy and everything, and this is the closest I've gotten to see you in forever. So I figured.
Yeah, let's kick it.
Shit, I want to see Brittany. Let me just bring her on.
Yeah, let's kick it, dude. Fucking, okay, you got my info and stuff. We'll get together.
All right, I appreciate it. We're gonna wrap it up. JT, do your wrap it up. Was that the wrap up? We're wrapping it up.
You know, I haven't quite figured out what the signature should be for Punkdemic yet. It has to be one that you and I. We haven't figured out what's our thing? We haven't really come up with one yet. Oh no, we have to figure that out.
I don't know.
I guess right now we could be like, we are out of here.
No, we're not doing none of that shit.
No, we can't say, all right, like last year, we're out of here. Peace. Can't do that either.
No, we're not. So he has another, there's another podcast called Hip Hop Organics. And so when they close out, they got like a signature saying and all this kind of, we're not doing that here, by the way. We're not doing that.
I got to be behaved over here. I'm somebody's guest. I got to behave like a guest over here. So
thank you very much. So we're just going to say thanks for joining us, Britt. I appreciate
Thanks for having me, man.
I'm looking forward to seeing what else you're going to do, what other instruments your ass is going to pick up and just fucking shred with, right? Because that's what you do. And thanks everybody for joining us on the Punkdemic podcast. We'll see you soon. I'm going to roll with we'll see you soon.
We'll see you soon.
All right.
I guess we'll make that one work for this episode.
He's going to hit the button because, did you hit it?
But I'm going to hit the button, but don't nobody go nowhere. All right.
Yeah, Britt, don't hang up.